Genomes on Screen, a layman's journey through sequencing, mapping, and understanding DNA data. Zoya stared at a single strand of hair resting on her palm. It looked so simple, yet she knew it held the entire blueprint of her life. Inside every cell of her body lay a library of information called DNA, written in a mysterious four-letter alphabet. She wondered how something so microscopic could contain the instructions for her height, her laugh, and even her health. Faraz, a computational biologist, invited Zoya into a room filled with the steady hum of servers. The human genome is 3 billion letters long, he explained, gesturing to the towers of blinking lights. If we printed it all out, it would fill thousands of heavy books. To read it, we need more than just our eyes. We need the power of computers. Faraz led her to a sleek, humming machine known as a sequencer. He explained that scientists cannot read a genome from start to finish like a standard novel. Instead, the machine must shatter the DNA into millions of tiny, overlapping fragments. The sequencer then reads the chemical signals from each fragment and converts them into digital text. Zoya watched as a nearby monitor began to flicker with endless strings of A, C, G, and T. These were the reads. In their raw form, they were a jumbled mess of digital confetti, millions of short sequences with no apparent order. How do we ever make sense of this chaos? She asked, mesmerized by the scrolling text. We map them, Faraz said, opening a new software program. He explained that the process is like a giant digital jigsaw puzzle. The computer takes those millions of tiny fragments and looks for where their sequences overlap. By finding these matching edges, the software begins to stitch the fragments back into a continuous, logical string. Faraz pulled up a reference genome on a second screen. He explained that because humans are 99.9% genetically identical, scientists have built a standard map of human DNA. By comparing Zoya's fragments to this reference, the computer knows exactly where each piece of her specific genetic puzzle belongs in the grand design. As the mapping finished, Zoya noticed that some of her letters didn't match the reference. "Is that a mistake in the data?" she asked. Faraz smiled and shook his head. "No, those are variants. A single letter change, called SNP, is why your eyes are a certain color or why you might process medicine differently than I do." Faraz showed her that